Yo, what's up, boys? It's your man back here with another figure review. Now, today, we do have Glamrock Freddy from the most recent Funko wave of FNAF figures. And, I know I didn't finish reviewing the last wave of them, but those were just reused figures, so, it doesn't matter. But this, I only got one figure in this wave, and I'm also not going to review this wave because this was a pretty bad wave. Most of the figures in this wave didn't look very good. There's a lot of reuse that wouldn't fit at all with like the characters. Like some of the heads that got reused don't even it's just bad. If you need to look it up, look it up. If you know, you know. Alright, so now but bringing more attention onto this Freddy. The paint sculpt on this guy is actually the paint is pretty decent, but the sculpt, I'm not so sure. We haven't seen much of the Glamrock characters, but this doesn't really look good. I know in the trailers for the new game, there is like the statue in the middle of Freddy, and that's kind of what I feel like that Freddy is going to look like, exactly like that, but with color. And I don't think this really looks like that. I think this looks like a goofy knockoff. But moving on. For articulation on this guy, it's the usual. Head looks up barely at all. Doesn't really look down. Side to side, you can go all the way around. And it's got a little pivot if you want to give him that emotion. At the arm here, he does have a ball joint, and it would go all the way around, but the shoulder pad kind of gets in the way. It comes up that much. There's a swivel, of course. At the elbow, there is a bend. That's pretty bad. There is a swivel again. At the wrist, there's just a swivel. The articulation for this wave, I really think didn't get much better because kind of between the waves, they would usually upgrade it. Like the first wave was poop. The second wave, they didn't fall apart. The third wave, they got a little more articulation. The fourth wave, the paint got better. And now this wave, I don't really think they did much better than usual. But to continue with the articulation, this chest piece doesn't actually do anything. It makes it look like he'll have a diaphragm joint, maybe a ball joint that can move to give it a little extra articulation, but nope. There is the waist swivel like usual. Kind of looks terrible if you use it at all, but it's still there. At the thigh, kicks forward, kind of alright. Kicks back, fine. There's also a swivel there too. At the knee, single bend, pretty bad. And then at the ankle, it also, again, looks like it might have maybe a hinge or something, but there's nothing. Still no articulation on these Freddy feet. Don't Google that. But moving him out of the way now. For his accessories, which I think are pretty alright, we have the same microphone as always, and I dropped it. But in black this time, which I guess is kind of cool if you want it in black. Got that same kind of weird texture on the top with the bright silver ball. I do wish they would make new microphone sculpts because it could just be little changes that would make it at least different. Maybe something that's easier to sit in the hand or something, but they still keep releasing the same thing. But what I do like what they released with them is this microphone stand. Now the paint and sculpt on this is pretty terrible. I don't think anything paint wise. I think it's just molded in black and it's black. There's a little bit of sculpt, but it's not really the best. I don't know, you really couldn't put much else on a microphone stand, but still, it could look much better. It does do its intended job of holding the microphone. Does it pretty nicely. And the only problem I have with this is if you want him to be holding the microphone stand, he can't because this hand, it's too tight, and then this one is too loose. So they really didn't do good enough for either hand for him to be able to hold the mic stand. I do like the mic stand though. It's a good inclusion, and it kind of values this wave more because the Build-A-Figure wasn't really a big figure. So actually, was there even a Build-A-Figure in this wave? I don't think so because I don't have a Build-A-Figure piece that came with this, man. All right, never mind then. I guess there's not a Build-A-Figure. I thought the rabbit lady was a Build-A-Figure, but thinking about it now, I don't think she is a figure or a Build-A-Figure, so there really isn't any value in this wave because you'll buy a figure like this Freddy, and I guess to replace the extra piece for Build-A-Figure, they put the microphone stand, and I don't really believe that's the best trade. But you know, the FNAF figures be FNAF figures. Maybe next wave, Funko will step it up a little bit, and they'll be pretty good. The FNAF AR wave, it does look pretty good, I'll admit. That Easter, I was gonna say Halloween, the Easter guys. But coming in for some comparisons here for this guy, we've got a couple of way better Freddy figures. You know, we got Funtime Freddy, one of my personal favorites. On the camera, it doesn't really show up, but he is disgusting. He is dirty. Then we got another one of my cool favorites that are these. The Blacklight Freddy, I feel like they did enough of a weird change that made it worth it to purchase that wave. And the fact that the figures are like 5 times more expensive than they were at a retail. But I think at least that's something, like it's a repeat wave, but they did something to make it cool. I don't really know about this new wave. It's not really looking it. But again, another one to bring him in. Nightmare Freddy. Adjust this just so you can see the whole squadron. For scale, he is one of the shorter Freddys, but I think he fits kind of nicely. The blue really sticks out, but it doesn't stick out next to the Blacklight one. So he kind of fits together in the family. You know, he looks good with the rest of the Fazbear gang. Yeah, these guys are like, oh, and he is the only Freddy to have the hat not in the middle of his head. It's kind of off to the side. He's kind of rocking some swag, just in case you didn't notice. Oh, don't want to drop that. Get these mans out the way. And now for some more unique comparisons to compare this guy to. We got Lego World Racers guy, and from new star from Wallace and Gromit in The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, we have the Were-Rabbit himself. You can see Freddy scale's pretty mid next to these two guys. And I think this kind of shows that if you have a display of just any random thing, I don't think he really works. Because you got the World Racers guy and then the Were-Rabbit. I don't know if Freddy really fits. That's why I'm not going to really recommend this wave. Because a lot of the figures are a lot of reuse. They're not very good. The paint and sculpt is alright. But I don't think they're really as high quality as some of these last couple of waves. Because the last waves before these, they look like they're starting to get a hold of the line. And then they lost it. So getting these guys out of the way. This review went up a day late. It's Wednesday today instead of Tuesday. But that doesn't matter. I didn't miss the upload date of yesterday, but I made it today. And that's all that matters. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't buy this Freddy wave. If anything, the statues that Funko are releasing look way better than this. Get those. And then buy some more like Walmart exclusives because they keep releasing them. But thank you guys for watching. That's all I got to say, and I'll see you next time.